Hey, Fifi Johnny, how you doing? Thank you for being here, sis. How you doing? What's going on? Thank you for being here. All right. How you doing, sis? Thank you for being forced. I truly appreciate that. Shout out to Fifi Johnny. If you haven't subscribed to Fifi Johnny as yet, please check out her channel. She do a lot about gardening and also chicken and turkey, so you definitely could go over there and learn something. All right. I just want to say, before I go any further, I want to shout out some people. Shout out to all the members of my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you for becoming a member. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate you all. Shout out to all my moderators, all the moderators who help me out with my channel. Shout out to each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys for being moderators on my channel. Thank you guys so much. Peace and blessing to each and every one. Hi, John Stewart 67. How you doing? Thank you for being here. All right, so we got 4 people in the house. So, all right, so let's go. I'm going to talk about a few little herbs tonight because let me say this first. Welcome to Open Discussion. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight and join this live Open Discussion. Open Discussion is a place where we talk about different topics. We do not discriminate. Everyone is free with their religion. We don't care which religion you have. We don't discriminate over here, period. Be yourself and everyone opinions come. All right? So let's move on. Hey, Urban Garden Chronicles, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys for being here. Guys, on this channel, we talk a lot about herbs and different topics. We talk about how we grow food, how we do a lot of different things. We also mention, hey, how you doing, Buttercup? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you here. Yes. Guys, Buttercup is one, listen to me. This person they don't have a channel. But shout out to you, Buttercup. I appreciate you. I remember when this Buttercup was my only subscriber, the only person that watched my videos. I'm telling you, this is when I now start my channel. I remember, oh my goodness, thank you, thank you. I see you for a long time, but I appreciate you. This person was following me from day one. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I remember when you was the only person comment at a video that I post when I now start. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, guys. So yes, on this channel, we talk a lot about herbs. But most of all, I'm not a doctor. So the only thing I can do is mention these herbs to you guys. I don't want to tell you what they could do or what they can't do. I want you to do your own research on herbs that I call their name. I want us to be researchers when come on our health. I also want you to speak to your doctor before using these herbs, because sometimes people have ongoing situation and maybe that herb at that time mightn't be the right thing. So I just want to be clear. We talk a lot about herbs, but we just want to make sure that everyone understand that do your own research before you use these herbs and speak to your doctor at all times, because I'm not a doctor. I only could give you names about herbs. So tonight I'm going to call out a few herbs. If you guys are interested, maybe you guys could grab a pen and write down a few names, a few herbs. All right, then you do some research, and right there, you learn about a different herb. I'm not saying you don't know about these herbs, but sometimes we really don't know. Sometimes we have these herbs right in our backyard, and we have no idea that is herb. So the first one I'm going to call out is wild yam. It ain't yam. Wild yam. Wild yam, the root is awesome. But like I said, I want you guys to do your own research because I'm not a doctor. I'm just going to be calling out just a couple. So every week, I'm going to be calling out 2 herbs that if anyone interested, they could do their own research. And like I always mention, speak to your doctor. All right? Also, I want you to look into pine trees. The pine trees, you know, the cone on the pine trees, do some research on these things. The bark of the tree, of the pine, is something I also want you to do some research on. I don't want to call out the benefit. I actually want people to do research. You see what I'm saying? Do your research, speak to your doctor. Do not just use these things because sometimes you might have a situation going on and maybe it's not the right thing to do. So we have wild yam, which grows in your backyard. I seen it almost every spring. I see it. It dies and it comes right back in the spring. So that's something. Wild yam, you do some research on wild yam. Also, do some research on pine trees, the cone, and even the bark. All right? Please, I'm going to leave you with these 2. I don't want to scramble it too much. So just 2 herbs, wild yam and pine trees, the cone. Do some research on them and see what's going on. All right. So, okay. Let's hear. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Jones shoot. We use pine needle for pine top tea for cold. You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Jones shoot 67 state, and I also use the pine straw as well. There's many different type of pine trees. I've learned, I'm not sure. I'm hearing there's different type of pine trees. So what I'm saying, guys, please do research and learn about these things. A lot of things we have in our backyard and we have no idea that we actually have herbs growing in our backyard that we can use. All right? Okay, Urban. I heard pine is excellent for immunity and respiration issue, especially during last 3 years. You know, I'm excited because you guys sharing the information that is actually what I already researched as well and realize. Thank you for that, Urban Gardening. Thank you for that, Jones Truth. This is what we got to do, guys. We got to become researchers. Become researchers. Lots of things right in our backyard, right in our backyard can help us, but we don't know. Learn about herbs, learn about trees. There's a lot of trees that are standing behind our house. The bark, even the bark. Like for instance, there's a tree I grew up from, I grew up knowing about. We call it Marby. We call it Marby. The bark of the tree, the bark of the tree, this is what they take and boil, and it's bitter. It's really bitter. And people use that and make juice. We call it Marby bark. You see what I'm saying? And it's good to help. If you drink it without add the sugar, it's really bitter. But it's something they claim good to clean out your system. Marby bark. It's actually a tree that you take in the bark, the bark from. So it's a lot of things out here we actually have and don't know. So on this channel, we're gonna be studying, we're gonna be doing a lot, talking a lot about different herbs. Every week, I'm gonna do different herbs, and we're gonna talk about them. And I'm sure there's people will be in the chat who could help share information about these herbs. Yes, Marby, yes, very bitter. When you add the sugar, that's where it kind of make it sweet, but it's very bitter. Yes, make a refreshing drink in the sub. Yes, yes, it is. It is, Marby. I need that so bad. No, if it's really good for respiration symptom, asthma reason. Yes, that's the pine straw. Yes. So that's two product I want you guys to resort. The wild yam, it might be right in your backyard growing. And the root of it has a lot of benefit. The pine tree, even the pine needle, even the bark of the pine tree, research them because you might have them right in your backyard. But like I will always say, please speak to your doctor before using these products. These herbs are plants. Hey, the life of Ari, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you here. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys here. Appreciate the support. All right. So we talk about herbs, a little about herbs. We're going to hit this topic every week. And as you guys know, we also have a herb garden challenge going. I appreciate every one of you for taking part in this herb garden challenge. Shout out to each and every one of you. Don't give up. Even them seedlings give you problem, you still have time. Don't give up. Hey, RG Living Life, how you doing? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you here. All right, so let's go into gardening because, guys, you know this is gardening seasoning, and oh my goodness, everybody excited. Everybody can't wait for that day come to go out and start to plant some food, some herbs. I can imagine. I can imagine. Yes, right now, I have so much stuff to plant, but I'm watching the frost. Every morning I get up, it's on freezing mark. So I'm kind of being a little skeptical and hold back and wait till this frost ease up that I can go out and plant something, because the problem is if you go outside and plant something now and then the frost come and hit them, sometimes the frost scratch down the whole leaf, even the body. And what the plant got to do? The plant got to go and regenerate itself, start pushing out new leaves. So that's a holdback. So instead of I put the plant through that problem, I'm going to hold on a little more that when I plant, everything going to just grow instead of dry down and have to continue. So be careful. Pay attention to your last frost. Make sure you know when is that last frost. Try not to carry out your plants them before that day, because that could put you back to months where you got to start over. Be a little patient and be ready. I know there's not too much people will able to plant, but I've mentioned in my previous live that the 15th and the 16th is two beautiful planting days. If you couldn't, I understand and don't worry about it. But I'm going to also give you planting days for April as well. I'm going to call out all the planting days for all the months so you guys can try. You ain't have to do it. You ain't have to do it, but try. Even as one plant on these planting days and see. All right? I try cover plant with plastic, 1 gallon buckle to make mini greenhouse, and it protect plants when risk of. All right. So you see, Urban said that 1 gallon plastic. You know the 1 gallon something look like the water buckle. I think it's that she talking about. She used them and she cover her plants from the frost and it works. So guys, that's something you could look into. That's something you could definitely look into, because that's a form of protecting your plants from these frosts. Because guys, these frosts could be real deadly sometimes, for real. Sometimes these frosts affect the root as well. Sometimes it kills the root and the body at the same time. So be careful, all right? Be a little patient. If you don't have nothing to protect your plant from the frost, please hold on until that last day, all right? Milk jugs or water bottle, cheap and easy. All right, okay? Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. Right, so planting season is coming, and I'm sure you guys already have your soil together. I hope you guys have your soil together, because the truth is you want to make sure that your soil is ready for planting day, for when the day come that you got to plant. Get your soil together and waiting for planting day. Don't wait till springtime to now run into one by compost or whatever you use. Don't wait till springtime. Do it in the winter or the fall. And this is for the people who have the space, because I know not everyone have the space. Okay, so I understand circumstances, it can be different. Okay, I'm praying for patience every day. I could imagine, because looking at these plants, watching them and watch how they're growing, I know you're ready. From the time the sun shines, you're ready to plant, but you just got to get patient. You don't want to be sorry at all. I'm using jug and then cover my elevated bed with plastic cover. All right, you got to do something. Listen me. We don't know what kind of weather is coming. And the frost, listen me. I can't remember last year it wasn't like this, where every morning I get up, it's freezing, absolutely freezing, man. It wasn't like this last year, but this year it's like this. All now, so last year, I already have all my peppers planted already. But this year, I'm watching it because I don't want to get hold back. I rather to keep them and wait till that cold ease up. Then I plant them. Then I ain't got to worry about the cold weather. So be careful. If you have any plans, do not underestimate the weather. Be prepared to cover them. If you hear you're going to have a cold front, be prepared to cover them. Do not underestimate this cold weather. It will take you back to square one, where you got to start to sow seed again. Or you might got to go to the store and buy. I'm telling you, I did a video where I actually see one plant for $5 and change, and with tax it's gonna come up to $6. One. You don't want to be spending all that money in plants, so have some patience, all right? I have chickweed in my indoor garden. It grew up in my soil. Oh yes, chickweed is awesome enough. Chickweed is awesome. I have them in my back. I have them all over my garden. All over in my garden right now. And that's another plant you could do some research on as well. Chickweed. Do some research on that. Guys, I could call out the benefit, but we got to become researchers for ourselves. Go and just do research. Check things out for yourself. Okay? It's better that way. It's tasty in salad. That's how I eat it. And don't you know I use the root? Well, I'm not telling you guys to do that, but I use the root and boil the root as well. Yeah, I eat it for salad, and I also boil the root as well. A lot of plants out there, roots have a lot of ingredients that good for us. Pay attention, guys. You could have your pharmacy right in your backyard and you don't know. I'm telling you now. Even the pods are edible and tasty. Yes, they are. Yes, yes, yes. I think like a couple of weeks ago, I did a live from the garden where I actually was picking up herbs that grows up in the garden that I use for make tea. I was naturally harvesting wild herbs for salad and for tea. I never had chickweed. I need to check it out. It's awesome. To me, it's awesome. And the cold hardy, I think they strive better in the cold as well. Because you do see they start coming back in the fall. And then in the winter, you see they spreading like crazy. So I think they love the cold weather. For what I'm seeing. Yes, you can use the entire plant. Exactly. I use the entire plant. Yeah. Let me see. Planta, do you get garlic, mustard in your garden too? I get lots of that too. It grow wild. You know what? Maybe I call it a different name. But it's a lot. A matter of fact, there's a plant was growing. It grew just like onion in my garden. I never planted, but it just grows up every year. And when I pull it up and look at the root, it looked just like onion. There's another one that looked just like garlic, wrong just like garlic, but I never use it. I never use it because, I'm not sure. So maybe Fifi Jordy, I just don't know the name. So what you do with it? What you do with that garlic you're talking about, the mustard, the garlic mustard? What you do with it? Or what can you do with it? Okay, let me know. Let me know what can you do with it. Because I have onion growups every year that I'm not sure about, and one look like a garlic that I'm not sure about. Never use them, but I'm paying attention to them. The smell, they smell just like onion and garlic. So maybe it's a cousin to garlic or something, or onion. I use it in salad. It go green with a garlic flavor. Well, I can't tell you yes, I can't tell you no, Fifi Johnny. I really can't. I don't want to say yes. So I'm gonna just say I'm not sure at this moment if I have them in my garden. But how the plant look? Do it look like garlic or it look different? And a next plant I have growing up in my garden, just like that, is lamb ears. Lamb ears. That's another plant you guys maybe had growing in your garden as well or your backyard. That's another plant you should definitely pay attention to. Okay? Lamb ear. That's another plant that's another plant with benefit as well. Yes. So how you guys doing this evening? I hope you guys doing wonderful. I hope everyone is blessed. I hope everyone is feeling healthy. I hope you guys doing pretty good. All right. Because we're gonna have some discussion tonight, but most likely it's about garden because we're in garden season and we're gonna keep it into gardening because we have a lot of new gardeners coming and we wanna able to share information that if they need, they could take, or if not, they, just do it their way. You probably have it. It look like a small variety of mustard greens. It send out white flower. Listen to me. You may be right because I have so much things growing up in my garden with all flowers, white, purple, yellow, all different type of flowers growing up. So you could be right. But now you say that, I'm going to be paying attention now. I'm going to be paying more attention to that kind of plant. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So, like I was saying, guys, I'm hoping that you not waiting until till springtime to start getting your soil together. I'm hoping that's not the case. I understand for the people who dealing with who don't have backyard. I understand for the people with the balcony. I understand that. Who don't have backyard period. But if you have a backyard, you should get your soil together as well. That green song good for chicken, Fifi. Okay. I'm sure chicken could eat all them weed. And they healthy too, so I think they could help with your chicken. You produce healthy chicken with these weeds too. Okay. Yeah, so get your soil together. You don't want to wait till springtime because if you wait till springtime to get your soil together, you want to be keeping back your own self. All right? You want to be keeping back your own self. Start preparing your raised bed, start preparing your container that when that time come, you're ready to plant. And most of the time, what does happen? If you have your soil already ready, when you take your plant and put them in that soil, sometimes the plant just take off. Yeah, sometimes the plant just take off and start going. But if you don't do that, what could happen? You could see the plant remain the same size for a period of time with no progress. You have short growing season, you ain't get time for mistake. I'm telling you. You got to do what you got to do because you want to able to harvest as much as possible. Even if you have a long growing season, prepare your soil before the spring. Let your soil wait on the plant and not the plant waiting on the soil. Okay? Well, tomorrow is my day tomorrow. Every year, I try to walk around and build 3 raised bed in different homes, So what I will do, I will walk around and I will ask people if they would like a raised bed and some herbs in their garden. So whoever decide, okay, some people say yes, some people say no. So right now, I have 2 raised beds so far to build for 2 people and add soil into it and just plant some herbs and just leave it there for them that they could take care of them. This is my goal for every year. I try to do for 3 people. And so far, it's been going pretty well because a lot of people who never think about starting a garden, I put them on that journey. And 90% of them still plant onto today. With some of them, the raised bed is just there and they never plant anything from the year. But 90% of the people who I did this for is actually growing herbs. And, you know, that made me feel good because I just want to see people grow something. I just want to see that. Oh, who planted that? Yes, I've been doing that for a while now. Some people say yes, some people say no. But my goal is to try build 3 raised bed, prep them, really good with them, and add soil to it with the, you know I do my thing, leaf and wood, and put soil to it, plant some herbs, and let them take care of it. I think it's something good, and I'm gonna continue doing it as long as people want me to do it because I do think it's something good that you could actually walk outside and grab some fresh herbs, go inside, make some tea, make seasoning, whatever you want to do. I do think it's a good idea, and I will help however I can. Once you need the help and you're going to proceed from there, I'm all for it. I think that will encourage people to grow some food. Yes, this is basic. Listen to me. From my first video I upload on this channel, this is what I've been doing, encouraging people to grow some food. From my first video until today, I've been encouraging people to grow food. So I go out my way. I could naturally go out my way to encourage people. I offer you raised bed. I build a raised bed. I add the soil. I prepare it. I plant the herbs for you. And all you got to do is take care of it. I don't have to do that. But at the same time, I see it working. It actually working because 90% of the people is actually growing herbs study. And some of them even growing collard greens now. So it's working. It's working. Whatever it takes to encourage people to grow some food, I'm all for it. Okay. Oh, if you yeah, yeah. Oh, man, say if you walk closer, planter, I will take up your offer. Yeah, yes, yes. And you know what? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Right? Listen to me. It's always good to do what you can to help people because sometimes things come from help, come from, and do it without even looking because sometimes the reward is great. Because I remember, I remember, I think it's 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Hey, the everyday life of an OCD check, how you doing? How you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Right. 2 years ago, right? I I was talking to somebody about gardening, right? And while we're talking, I say, you know what? I have a YouTube channel. Maybe you need to check out my YouTube channel. I mean, maybe it could help you out. Maybe you could learn something from it, right? 2 years ago. Don't you know? This evening, I receive an email from that person. You know what that person want me to do? That person want me to change up their whole backyard and turn it into a garden, fruit trees, herb garden. That person want me to turn their backyard into basically a food forest. 2 years ago, I talked to that person, give them my channel, and they get my email from off my page, my about page. Email me today that they want to turn their backyard into a food forest. And who they call? Plant a garden. I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying? Blessing always come in many ways. Yes. Blessing come in many ways. Just keep doing good and good gonna come. Do it without looking for anything in return, and it gonna always come. If that person allow me to record that project, if they allow me to record that project, I will be so happy that I can share this project with you guys. But I will have to ask first, turning the backyard into a food forest. Yeah. Because what they do, they went and they see the way I grow food. Like the guy was telling me, say, man, I just love the way you grow food. And especially what you use, and you don't use the chemical, you don't use this thing. I will love you to turn my garden into a food forest. So just like that, guys. Yeah. Right. I guess there wasn't ready as yet. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I have a garden project to turn into a food forest. I'm just hoping I can get that recording. That will be a beautiful transformation from bushes into a food forest. Yeah. Yes, guys. So don't just do stuff from your heart. Do stuff from not even looking for anything in return. Sometimes it come back twice time, triple times what you did, what you offer. You know what I'm saying? I made this channel basically. I keep saying this story for a million times, but I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Why I create this channel is because a guy, I heard a guy saying he never saw a pepper plant. He buy pepper, but he actually never saw the tree that the pepper come from. That what trigger me off to start posting videos and help guide people. I'm not saying that you got to take my way of growing food. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what my channel is about. It's about helping or showing people ways you can grow food. You ain't got to follow my way. You could follow your own way, but I'm going to encourage you anyway to grow something. Learn to grow something. And that will take me off. And if you notice, I never stop. I maintain encouraging people. I maintain showing how to grow food. I maintain it. Because that day, I couldn't believe. But I'm sure there's more people with the same situation. Eating certain food and actually never saw the plant itself. So what we're doing could actually benefit a lot of people. Okay, because we encouraging people to grow something. All right? So keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing them videos because you will be motivating someone. Even if one person you motivate, it's a blessing. It is a blessing. Even if one person you motivate. So how you guys doing, man? How them seedlings treating you guys, man? What's going on? That sure makes it. Yes, it is. How them seedlings dealing with you guys, man? I know it could be challenging, but please don't give up, guys, because you're gonna catch yourself. Got to buy seedlings for $5 and $6. Don't give up. You're trying to grow some food. At least you start from seed, so you're getting better and better. Next year, I'm guarantee you, you will be twice time better and more, have more confidence than you have this year. Don't give up at all. I check on my seedling tonight, looking great. All right, that's wonderful. So how the weather dealing with you, the everyday life of an OC district? How the weather dealing with you over there? Because I know you supposed to be in a colder area. My seedlings are doing great because they are not getting too big as yet. Okay, that's wonderful. Because you don't want them to grow too fast right at this time. Hey, Cordelia Hype, what's going on? Change start with one and one. Tell another. All right, that's true. That's true. All right, what's going on, Cordelia Hype? I want good food without chemical. That's why I'm building the greenhouse. And later, a high tunnel where I can grow in the ground, but protect from. Oh, that's awesome, Jones Shoot. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Oh, man. I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited to hear that. That's wonderful. Hey, yeah, best life. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Hey, Tara Jones Williamson. How you doing? Thank you for being here. All right. My ceilings are doing great. Not going too big, but great job. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. The truth is, you don't want them get too big indoors. You want to take the time and grow, especially you still have a month or two to go. Yeah, you should definitely be grateful that they taking the time and go. All right. My ceiling are struggling, but they are growing. Okay, well, that's good. That's wonderful. They're struggling, but at least they're growing. So that's good. Now is the time you're gonna get a lot of seedlings struggling, but at the same time they're growing. That's good. Everything cool on my side. All right. That's wonderful. All right. Start dropping seed yesterday for outdoor garden. Lots of beans this year. All right. That sound good. That sound good. That sound good. Lots of beans, lots of protein. That sound good. All right. My seedlings need to be put in larger container. We'll try that this week. Oh, wow. Audrey living life. Wow. Your seedlings and them all ready. Oh, man. Your seedling doing good. And guys, don't forget, encourage Audrey living life. This is a 4th year, and you guys know what we do. We encourage new gardeners to get into the garden, and this is her 4th year. So let's support her. Everybody who is the 4th year, please let me know. I will give extra support to you guys when come on gardening, because I want everyone to have something in the ground growing. That's wonderful, Audrey living life. Wow. So Jones, soil with greenhouse. All right. That's the next thing too, guys. If you could afford it and you have the space, you should definitely try a greenhouse. Greenhouse help, especially you got short growing season. It could help you a lot. Exactly. We still have a while until they can go out. Right. Mid-April, right. So you really want to let it take the time and go. Still have a long time, but you'll be all right. Yeah, best. I drop seed for lettuce, leek and spinach. I'm in 9B zone. My herbs are doing slow but growing. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Once they're growing, you okay. That's the thing. They're growing, but they mightn't look too healthy, but at the same time, they're indoors. So don't worry too much. If you find it too leggy, keep adding soil and build around them. Keep to kind of balance them out. But that's good news. They're growing. That's good news right there. This is my 4th year too. I'm so excited. Oh, this year, all right. So we have 2 people so far in the house tonight that actually doing it for the 4th time. So let's encourage them. I'm going to say this to you guys. Please do not get discouraged. If your seedling's doing bad, sow some seed. Do not get discouraged. Sometimes things like this happen. Sometimes set enough seedlings, because sometimes even though they reach to where you transplant them, sometimes they could still die. It happens. So be prepared and plant more seedling than you want to. In case you lose some, you have enough for yours to plant, okay? Plant more than you will need when come to seedlings, because things happen. All right? Okay. Overnight temperature, 30 and 40. Okay, that's not bad. You don't want to get below that 30. That's when it's crazy. Below 30, that's when it's crazy. So you pretty okay for now, the everyday life. You pretty okay. I was surprised too. If you look into transplant, you're doing an amazing job. Your seedling doing wonderful. Keep do what you're doing, cause it's working. I'm excited to see what spring will bring after March 24th. Okay, John, shoot. So March 24th is your last frost. Oh, that's when spring begin. Okay, all right, that's when spring begins. Okay, all right. We have another person in the house. Yeah, best live. This is our first time as well. Guys, we got to encourage them. We have to encourage them. We cannot allow them to be on their own. We got to encourage them and we got to guide them. You listen to me. I'm here to support. I love to see people growing something, so I'm here. If you have any question, you can always feel free to ask. All right? But keep doing what you're doing, and I appreciate you guys. For the first time, don't give up. Seedlings is, and you know what? You know what is excited? Let me tell you what is exciting. It's your first time, and you're doing it from seeds. That's what make it exciting. Your first time and you're doing it from seed. Guys, you guys gonna be pro in a minute. Yeah, you guys gonna be pro in a minute. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you guys. All right, guys. Thank you, Fifi Johnny. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'll appreciate it, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay, my milk jug greenhouse are working out for me. All right. I see you and them milk buckle the everyday life. I mean, they're working for you. You do your thing. And they will also help protect from that cold. So, yes, that's a good way as well. Hey, Truth Seeker 2020, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yeah, I see you dropping more. All right, that's wonderful. I'm so excited to see that people actually dropping seed, even if their first year. A lot of people start out for the first year and they ain't trying to drop nothing from seed. They actually starting from starts. So thumbs up to you guys for actually starting from seed. Thumbs up to you guys. Oh yeah. Next year, you're going to be twice time more confident than you are this year. Don't give up. Your seedling messed up. All you got to do, set some more seed. Sow more seed. All right? And don't forget, save your seeds. Save your seeds. Try to save as much seed as you can this garden season. Okay? Don't forget, guys. All right. Some people growing season is longer than some people growing season. Okay. Okay, that's wonderful. Some people growing season is longer. Hi, everyone. Hope all is well. Get them seed germinated. Yes, get them seed germinated. I agree. Some of us have a longer growing season than some. Some people growing season is from May, June, go back to maybe October, November. Some people, they start planting in March, April. You see what I'm saying? So some people have 2 months ahead. So what I will do, if I'm a short growing season, I will be prepared. Get your soil ready. Don't wait until planting day for now throwing soil in container or in your raised bed. Do that from now. So by the time you're ready to plant, your soil already waiting for the plant. And your plant will grow faster than if you wait till spring planting day to actually now walking on your soil. I personally recommend walking on your soil in the fall, winter, so you get everything prepared and ready. So when you plant, your plant's just running. Okay. Can I save seed from non-herring and hybrid variety? I don't know about the hybrid variety. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. But I personally, I try not to grow nothing that when I see hybrid. I try not to grow. This is why I save seed for so long. Because I'm trying to keep the same kind of thing that I'm doing. But I'm not telling you not to do it, but at the same time, I'm not sure if you can. This is why, guys, we have to save seed. In the future, you never know what will be coming. Just like how we already getting grapes without seed, watermelon without seed, this is what's going to be happening. I'm telling you, seed will be valuable, real valuable in times to come. Question, should your seedling be at least 6 inches tall before you transplant them? Well, the honest truth is, the reason why I will say allow them to get to at least 6 inches tall. Why I will say that? Because I believe in my method of planting is very deep. This is my method. Deep, plant them very deep. Because I already see the benefit from, there's lots of benefit planting deep. So if you wait like 6 inches, you will able to plant them deeper than if you plant them 4 inches or 3 inches. So 6 inches is a beautiful height, but you still could plant 3 inches, you still could plant 4 inches. Okay? So it's up to you. You still could, because I do it too. But I still plant them deep. I plant 3 inches, I plant 4 inches, but I still plant them deep because that's my method. So yes, you could plant 3, and if you wait 6 inches, the plant get bigger, even better. Okay, but you can plant 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches. You can. All right. I hope I answer your question. Jones showed 67. You can save seed, but the plant won't be true to original at after time. All right. I can't say too much on it because I don't like to say too much on stuff I'm not sure about. I rather say, I don't know, I got to look into it. So I can't say, yes, save them seed. I don't plant, I try not to plant anything that's a hybrid, but I'm not telling you guys not to plant them. I'm just saying, okay? I'm trying to fix my own salad from what I have. That's awesome. That's awesome, yeah, best life. What is better than you harvesting from what you grow? What is better than that? For hybrid, daddy. Okay, all right. Tara, I have lettuce, broccoli, squash, Jamaican, sorrel, and spinach. Man, you guys have a lot going on right now, man. Damn. You guys have a lot going on. Just bought 6 9-foot fruit. You're gonna start my second food forest on vacant land. Okay, that's wonderful. Truth Seeker 2020. That's wonderful, man. A lot of work. I know it is, but it will be rewarded. It's a lot of work, but it will be rewarded to the end. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's wonderful. Okay. My experience with hybrid tomato, the seed save was not the same as the tomato I have is edible, but totally different. Okay, all right. Okay. Sort for permanent and garden plant. There's many like Caucasian spinach, cabbage. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay. I got it. Do you save plants? Do you plant all crops deep? Yes. Everything. Everything I plant deep. Cabbage, lettuce, everything I plant deep. Because I'm not a person who wet my plants. If I gotta wet my plants, is only when I plant them, now plant them and the sun is blazing hot. Then I might get up all in the morning. Then I might get up, plant them in, wet them in the morning. But everything I plant them deep. And the reward is amazing. Yeah. I don't use much hybrid. I usually go from seed. It was an experiment because I need. Okay. Well, experiment. I'm agree with all experiment. I believe everybody should do experiment in their garden. Because this is how you learn. This is how you know things. Hey, Lala, Texas Lala, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? But you know what, ladies? I got to say shout out to all the ladies, man. You know what I'm seeing today, what I'm seeing today. I'm seeing a lot of ladies actually putting in the work and actually doing this garden. You know, it's like it's more lady than men doing this garden. So shout out to all the ladies. Keep do what you're doing. Don't make no one make you feel any less than who you are. You guys are powerful as hell. I know how powerful you are. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to channel to this earth. So you guys are special and blessed people. So shout out to each and every one of you. You guys been holding down the home forever. I got to give the ladies a shout out because who much single parents we see raise 3 4 5 6 children without a father. You know what I'm saying? So the ladies, you guys deserve more credit than they give you all. So don't wait for no one to give you no credit. Take the credit. You see what I'm saying? Because if you wait for them to give you the credit, you will never get it. So take the credit. You deserve it. Shout out to all of you guys. Look in my live here tonight. All I'm seeing is ladies. Shout out to you guys. You guys been holding it down for years and they keep pushing it under the carpet. Well, I'm going to enlighten it. You guys are amazing. I see how my mother did it. I see, yes, I had my father, but I see single parents, how hard they work, bring up 5, 6 children on their own. Listen to me. I don't know how you all do it, but you all are great. Don't wait for no one to give you no credit. Take the credit. You deserve it. All right? Yeah. I agree. Solo to you guys. Yes, I agree. All right, Tara Jones. All right. You guys deserve it. Hell yes. Oh, run the world. I hear that, oh, but I hear that. Wait, there are some single dads who raise kids alone. Yes, I agree with that, but I'm talking about the ladies tonight. I'm going to hit the guys one day because, yes, I don't want to mix it up. I don't want to mix it up. There's beautiful dads out there as well who hold it down. I'm not knocking the dads. That's not what I'm doing here. But tonight, I'm honoring the ladies. You see what I'm saying, Fifi? I'm honoring the ladies. I'm not honoring the men and the ladies at the same time. No. Tonight is for the ladies. Yes, there's men out there that been doing it forever and keep doing it. But we're going to have that celebration on another night. All right? So, guys, no hard feelings. I know you putting in the work too. Hey, all things, Scotty, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? But back to us. Yeah, yes. Today's the Woman Day. Today is the Woman Day. All I'm seeing in the live is women. So yes, I'm gonna shout out the woman today. Maybe next time we're gonna shout out the guys. Because we all know that there's guys who hold the home down as well. I don't want no one be offended. No. Guys, this is open discussion where we discuss. We never here to offend people and hurt people's feelings. Tonight is just the night. I'm only seeing ladies in the chat, so I'm shouting out the ladies. Maybe next week we're going to shout out the guys. All right? All right, that's wonderful. Yes, but I'm seeing a lot of ladies actually putting in the work. A lot of ladies actually putting in the work. And I just got to say I'm grateful. I'm grateful to see that people actually putting in the work, people actually willing to learn, people actually trying to accomplish more. Even with knowledge, information, people actually trying to accomplish more, trying to learn more. Because, guys, we don't know what's coming, but we already know that this wall, not really the wall, what's going on in the wall is changing on another level. It's changing where a lot of things we used to use ain't gonna valid no. It's changing where soon is your eyeball and your fingerprint. You wouldn't need cards. You wouldn't need your debit card or your credit card. You wouldn't use these things anymore. Where you're gonna be is your fingerprint and eyeball and these things. So you gotta get used to that. I'm telling you, because it's coming. So For the new generation, they're going to fall right into it. Different times, but it's not going to be the same as what we accustomed to or what we used to. So we will have to do some adjusting, which might be uncomfortable for us, but at the same time, you got to live, you got to survive, you have your family to take care of. So you got to do what you got to do. So this information is valuable information, priceless information, able to grow your own food, able to prep your own food. When I say prep, like grow your own food, can them, store them, able to do all these things. It's a blessing. Because one day, you might have to do it. So the skills is always a blessing to have. These skills, you cannot lose. Gaining these skills, you cannot lose. So it might be uncomfortable, but with the skills, learn to catch some fire outside, learn to cook outside. You just never know. If one day they say no gas and you can't get no gas to your stove indoors, you could grab some wood and go outside and cook for your family. So just prep for these things. You just never know. If it happened, it happened. If it don't happen, you still have your you still have your skill. Okay? So right now, we in garden season. We approaching garden season. Right now, we approaching garden season. And right now, I believe that you guys should already have plans of what you're planting and what is your plan. You're supposed to have that plan map out already, because you don't want to wait till spring to know thinking. The thing with me, I already planned from the year before how I'm doing it, what I'm doing it, what I'm planting, what I'm not planting from the year ahead. So when planting days come, nothing distracting me. I use March, April, May. Them is my heavy planting days. Them is the days when I go out and just plant all day. Take the whole day just planting food. And I also plant in different places. I don't plant food one place. I plant food in several different places. Hey, Brook Farm, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yeah. I only show one place, but I plant food other places. Okay, so I put in the work. When I say I don't go to the supermarket, I'm telling you, I don't go to the supermarket to buy food. I try to grow as much to last me all through the year until spring the following year. That's how I do it. And I grow enough that I give her a lot of food to. But what I'm doing, I'm giving seeds, because I want people to actually grow food and not me giving them the actual food. So I'm giving our seed as well. Grow something. Learn to grow something. If you never grow before, learn. If you need help, I could give you some help. Instead of me actually growing and just calling you for a basket of tomatoes, peppers, and all different type of stuff, I'm going to give you some seed now. So I'm encouraging people to actually growing instead of just offering the actual food. So this year, my plan is to grow as much root crop as possible. As much root crop as possible. As much squash as possible. Like squash, all different type of squash. We have butternut. These things are very easy to store. A lot of the root crop are very easy to store. These are the food you really want to be growing. If your refrigerator is not working, you could still have this food in a box without spoil. You see? That's how I'm thinking. And I've been saying this since last year. Since last year, fall, I've been saying this. So you have to plan ahead. You have to think about what you decide to plant in your garden before garden season, before you start planting. I recommend you, well, for the people who really want to get into garden deep, right? I recommend you walk around in a hot, sunny day. Walk around in a hot, sunny day. Look at your garden. Look where the sun shines most. Look where, spend that day observing the sun and where the sun shines the most. You look for these areas where the sun only shines for a period of time. So you map that out and you either keep it here or you write it down. Then you study the plants that love hot sun and the plant that love shades. You got to do these things before planting day. So when planting day come, you only planting because you already know. All right, pepper love hot sun, so I'm going to plant the pepper right over here. In the cabbage love to be in the cool, I'm going to plant them over there. Because at the end of the day, your goal is to harvest as much as possible. This is your goal. Well, it's my goal. My goal is to harvest as much as possible. I'm not satisfied getting 5 pepper off a whole big pepper tree. I'm not satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied getting 3 okra off an okra tree. I'm not satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied getting 3 little tomato off a tomato tree. I'm not satisfied with that. So what I do, I study the garden. I study the plant. I study everything about the garden, everything about the plants. And that's how I'm going to lay out my plan. Because where I'm planting you is where you're going to be giving me the most. You guys got to pay attention to these things if you haven't. Your plants love certain things. You got to see what your plant love. I've been doing it for years, so it become easy for me now. The people who now start, they have to pay attention. I already lay out my stuff already. I used to do rotate crop until I find where they do better. And that's where I plant them. Is there anyone in here ever grow a pepper tree 7 feet tall? Well, that's the height most of my pepper get. 6 feet, 7 feet, 5 feet. Way over my head. Because I study them. I study my plants. Okay? You got to do the same. All right. Yes, it's important. Okay. I plan to dehydrate half of my fruit this year. All right. Okay. You have a plan. You have a plan. You have to have a plan in gardening. What are you going to do? When I harvest my fruit, what I'm going to do? When I harvest my tomatoes, what am I going to do? You have to have these things planned out already. It make life easier for you. It really do. I always have extra enough to pass out to family and neighbors. Same with me. Same with me. But I'm going to start working on let the plant, instead of me giving, once you have the space, look some seed, grow something. I want to encourage people to grow more than just giving food now. I've been doing it for years. Giving. But now I want people to actually grow food if you have the space. So I will help you with the seed and anything you need, but you will have to grow them. I'm focusing also on flowers. Last year, they didn't grow well and the pollinators were not in full force like previous year. All right. Flowers helps a whole lot. So that's a good idea. Flowers draw butterfly. It also draw birds. It also draw bees. And them is beautiful pollinators. They help pollinate a garden. So, yes, that makes sense. Oh, but there are many edible methods. Okay. Okay, let me see if you're right here. Yes, it's important to learn the skill of gardening. Yeah, it's definitely important. And after you learn the skill, nobody could take it away from you. That's the excited part. No one could take it away from you. So for me, don't know for you guys, but for me, I want the most out of my garden. The time when you have to pay all the attention in your garden is when your plants young. When you know plant them, that's the baby stage. You definitely have to pay a lot of attention in your garden. Sometimes, especially you have trees around, sometimes the leaf from these trees fall right on top of a plant. And if you ain't going time, it kill that plant. It cover it and the plant die. So if you, just by you going, you saving your plant them life. Many times I go and meet leaf cover up my plants. There's baby plants I'm talking about. Many times. And then the way I plant them deep, the leaves that just come down and go down in the hole and just cover them. So I got to pay attention to these plants. You got to make sure when the rain come, man, there's a lot of things you got to do. I have a video coming pretty soon, how to take care of, I have a lot of videos already, how to take care of your baby plants. But I will be bringing one very soon, how you take care of your baby plant. Because it's so important. It's so important taking care of these plants. You cannot just plant these plants and leave them and tell yourself, oh yeah, you cannot do that. And I'm going to talk about fruit tree for a minute. I don't know what you guys feed your fruit trees with. But what I feed my fruit trees with, and the taste of these fruit is unbelievable. You check what I'm saying? The taste is unbelievable. Leaf, and then what I do, I just load around the plant with the body of trees, the trunk of the trees. I just load the trees them and just damp bushes inside it, and just leave that to break down. That gonna keep feeding your plant. Not telling you not to go to the store and get them stuff, but me, I use that and the taste is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's something you could look into. Feed your fruit trees with actual leaf. I don't know. Some people I don't know if some people believe that the leaf ain't gonna do enough. I don't know if some people believe that. But guys, I'm telling you right now, you wouldn't believe what these leaves can do. But tonight, I'm always talking about leaf. I'm always talking about leaf. But I'm going to call out the leaf that I use because that's what works for me. I don't know about other leaves. You check what I'm saying? The leaf that do miracle for me is pine. The pine straws needle, oak, and maple. These leaves were miracles. I'm telling you right now. They were, I see, guys, let me tell you this. My soil was actually red clay. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to know about red clay, ask Brooke Farmer. Brooke Farmer might be able to, for the people who ain't really familiar with red clay. My soil was red clay. And in a few years, I'm not going to say 3 years, it's surely more than 3 years. These things, maple, pine, and oak, transform the soil. Now, you looking at the soil, you ain't seeing clay. And this is what I'm telling you, how nature works and how nature amazing. Transform the soil, not just the surface. Not just the surface of the soil. Down, I can dig 16 inches down and still ain't seeing clay. That's the miracle these things work and how they transform soil. Look into that, guys. Maple, oak, and pine straw. Beautiful to transform your soil. Okay, let me go down. I'm focusing also on, okay, all right. I have 2 beehives that help. Oh, that's wonderful, Truth Seeker. That's wonderful. I dehydrate banana peel to use for 40. Yes, that's, I know about that, Urban. That's help. Well, basically what I know is soaking the banana, the green banana, in water, and you use it for like a couple of weeks, and then you throw that around your plant, it become like fertilizer. But I'm sure there's different ways. Okay. Leave fertilize trees in nature. This is what I always tell people. Who do you see go through the bushes and to fertilizer wrong any plant in the bushes? None. These plants actually feed themselves. They drop their own leaf. Sometimes a limb might break. And all that break down and feed the plant. So that's how I'm growing my garden. And if you really want to see the result, you could go check out a few of my videos and you will see the result from no fertilizer, just actual leaf, grass clipping, and tree trunk that break down and become compost. Hey, Mike, Chaotic Garden, how you doing? Thank you for being here, man. What's going on? That's my goal, beehive. All right. That's cool. All right. Okay. You hear what Brooke Farmer say? That's Georgia red clay everywhere. Okay. So, all right. So, Brook Farmer is conforming red clay. And that's what I start out with. The actual red clay. And transform that. Nature, this is what I keep saying, guys. Let nature do the work in your garden. You work yourself too much. Give nature the opportunity to work on your soil. You just add certain things and leave the rest to nature. And you're going to see for your own self. All right? Oh, man, check out flowers. Okay. Okay. I just chop up banana peel. Banana is awesome for your garden as well. Even in your compost. Breakdown in your compost. It's good for your compost as well. So yes, guys. So when you hear I talk about soil, I have a lot of experience in soil. I have a lot of experience when come on soil. I can turn your soil into beautiful soil without going to the store and buy anything. You got to connect yourself with nature. Just let nature do what it does. Don't intercede and see the result. All right? I'm going to cold climate and ground is frozen and want a way to keep later to cool. Okay. Composting. All right. Okay. All right. I got you. So when come on gardening, I think we need to start. Our first goal is fixing our soil. So if you dealing with clay, dealing with clay, that does not mean you can't grow food. You could grow food. I grow food in clay. That's basically how I start out. Growing it in clay. But I just refuse to add chemical to it. I just use, the thing that nature provides and break it down. The reason why I separate it with wood now is because it's on, my God, it's on a slope. And when the rain wash down real hard, all my hard work is getting washed over the bank. So I put the wood and I put a drain around the garden to keep the water from rushing through and washing away all my hard work. So gardening is a lot of work in the beginning. But once you start to, every year it's gonna get easier and easier. Why? Because you learning so much. You learning so much. So you just getting better and better. Okay, Brook Farmer say clay has lots of nutrients. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people believe, and this is what I'm keep saying. Sometimes we have soil in our backyard, and somehow or the other, we believe that the soil is not good enough to grow food. You see what I'm saying? So what we do, we just neglect what we have and we run and start bringing in different things. But if you're using soil, clay soil, you actually, that doesn't mean you cannot grow your food. What you can do, meanwhile, you can You can keep building it, keep building it, keep building it. Over the years, you're going to start transforming from red to black. I'm seeing that with my own eyes, and this is actually what I'm dealing with today. You ain't seeing red clay where I'm growing my food. The whole area where I'm planting, you ain't seeing red clay in them places. Maybe lower down where I'm not planting. But where I'm planting, ain't no red clay. And it was actually red clay. So you could change your soil without using chemical, guys. Okay? I believe chemical mess it up more than help it. I don't know if you notice, guys. Some of these things that you purchase, right? And throw around your plant. Don't you know? If you throw it too close to the root of the plant, sometimes it burn down the plant. And just for look at it in a different angle. Sometimes the same fertilizer you put in around the plant, just take some and chop on top the leaf of the plant itself and see what's going to happen. What's inside this thing that if you put it too close to the root of your plant, it burn it down. So this is why I'm not using any chemical. I'm not using nothing. And guys, let me tell you something. Well, this is how I design my garden, right? I design my garden like where I invite birds in my garden. I invite nature in my garden. So the only thing I'm bringing is only what nature provides. And by doing that, it creates that space where nature dwells, where the birds is actually, I say this a million times, but it's the truth. The bird actually cleans your garden. The bird, remember, in springtime, this is when a lot of birds start hatching. You see what I'm saying? So what happening now, the worms that in your garden create space. Create space for the bird to land. So when the bird there landing, shaking and picking their skin, and they see the worms, they're taking these worms and feed their young one. You see what I'm saying? That's how I design it. So I don't get too much problem with bugs. You see? So you got to sit down and think, plan out your garden. I mean, it's not going to happen in 1 year, but the more you do it, the more knowledgeable you get. And more you think and put stuff together. All right? Hey, Pop Farm, how you doing? Thank you for being there. What's going on? The squirrel in, well, right. Well, you don't know the squirrel walks already. The squirrel invite themselves. You know how they walks already. So if you know what good for you, you better get some kind of fruit or something that them squirrel could eat and get their belly full, that they ain't mess with your corn. Because this is why I don't grow corn like that. Because 1 year, I grow a nice patch of corn. Corn and them coming along so beautiful. And them squirrel went in and they, listen me, they tear down these corn. So from that, I really don't plant corn, which corn is something I like. So You got to get something for them squirrel to be feeding from so they could give you your actual garden a break. Okay, I need tips on pepper. All right. If you need tips on pepper, pop form, I only gonna tell you how I do it, right? I only gonna share to you how I do it. I plant them pretty deep. I plant my pepper 12 inches deep. That's the depth I plant my pepper. With 12 inches deep, you stand a chance of getting bigger plant that produce a lot of pepper from my experience. So planting them deep, taking good care of them while they're young, maintain them while they're young, and you stand a chance of getting a beautiful pepper tree that produce lots of pepper. So that's my tips I can give you on peppers. All right, that's the way I do it. So if you're interested, you could try maybe a few and see how it works for you. All right, did anyone have any more question? If you have any question, feel free to ask. I will ask the best of my ability. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. No more question? If you have any question, feel free to ask, guys. This is garden season. Do we have any? All right. All right. Thank you, Fifi Johnny. Appreciate that. Papa Farm. Fifi Johnny now add a link. You could check out that link and it will guide you how I plant pepper. And maybe you could try a few plants and see how it works for you. So check out that video, okay? And guys, as always, like I will mention, if you guys interested in becoming a member of this channel, you are free to become a members. What we do with the members, what we do, we give back. We give our seeds every year. We build raised bed for people. We build raised bed for people. And we also do giveaways. And we have a herb garden challenge right now. We're doing a herb garden challenge right now. So far, which is $200 first price, $100 second price, $50 third price. And this giveaway gonna be happening on the 30th of June. All right. So for next year, we also want to do another, which I'm start promoting it now. We're gonna do another herb garden challenge, which gonna be 10 plant this time instead of 5. So if you guys are interested in becoming a member, that's where that's where the benefit gonna go. Straight to the herb garden challenge for people to actually win. To get prizes for the winners. All right? It's up to you. No pressure. Still appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Let me see. Call it David Hobbs. Are you serious? For real, Mike? Oh my goodness. Sorry for hearing that. Sorry for hearing that, David. Oh man. What the hell? Do you have any specific tip on grow bags and container? Yes, especially container. Oh, you joking, Mike? Okay. I hope you're joking. Yes. Okay, Jones Street 67 on Container Garden. Okay. Yes, on Container Garden. What I will say on Container Garden, I will make sure that the container is big enough. That's what I will make sure. Because the thing about it is, you don't want to use small containers for big root crop. You see what I'm saying? Because what does happen, the plant does grow and push its root, and then the root jam on the container and basically have nowhere else to go. So because of that, the plant gonna either start growing or it might start drying up because the root need to be spread. And but if the container is not big enough, it's gonna block the plant from actually growing. So make sure your container is big enough for the plant you actually growing. What you should do, you should study the root. Sometimes you could do research and find out the size of the root of certain plant. So that can give you a more idea of the size of container you need. And when you're dealing with containers, what I will say make sure you mix. If you're buying soil from the store, make compost, make sure you use some dirt with that compost and mix it. Don't just use that compost only you buy from the store. Mix it with some soil. That is very important. I hope that help you with container. Hey, J3, GS Farm, how you doing? Hey, growing what you eat, how you doing? Thank you guys for being here. What's going on? So yes, depends on the size of what you growing, the plant. That's how you got to judge your container. It's very important. If the container too small, it is a problem. Make sure the container is big enough for the plant. Some plant root system is very big. And to have them in a small container is going to be a problem. Okay? Okay, let me see. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hope all right. Doing good, doing good. On the Garden TV, you give a lot of info. You welcome, Pop Farm. You welcome. No problem. Just trying to give as much as I can. I know it's important. Okay. Not too much, Virgin. Just all right. Just relax it. All right. And I see you growing what you eat. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's the next thing too, guys. You got to grow what you love to eat and what you want to eat. You see? Grow what you like and what you want to eat. So all that is in the plan of gardening. Growing thing you actually like to eat. All right? For the container gardeners, because I know there's a lot of people that do container gardening as well. It's very important. I'm going to stress this. It's very important for your container to be a certain size. When come on growing food, fruit, cheese, whatever, somehow or the other, I don't believe container is big enough for fruit trees. I really don't believe it's big enough. But you got to do what you got to do. Some people rather have it in a container in case they got to move. That's cool. So I'm not knocking anyone for that. You do what you have to do. But container is the size of your container is so important. It's very important. The size of your container. The more the roots spread, the bigger the plant gets. The more the roots spread and feed, the more fruits it produces. Doesn't matter which plant it is. Once a root able to spread as far as it needs, you will always get great result. So make sure your container is big enough. And next thing, when we talk about the soil and the compost that you might buy from the store, right? Sometimes, I don't know if any one of you ever recognize this, but sometimes when you wet the plant and then the sun comes out and then you go back, the plant look like it never get wet. It look like you didn't wet it because the water just runs straight out and then the sun just dry up the compost with the pieces of wood and stuff. If you mix that with some soil, instead of you just use the compost you purchase, mix it with some soil. What's gonna happen is, with some dirt, what's gonna happen is when you wet that plant, it's gonna wet the soil, right? It's gonna wet the dirt. So what's gonna happen? The dirt is what gonna keep the moisture. The dirt is what gonna keep the moisture. So the dirt gonna be wet, so the plant still could feed from the moisture. But if you just have the wood, the pieces of wood and stuff in there, the water gonna just pour itself out, and then the sun gonna penetrate it and dry it out, and then you feel like you didn't even wet the plant. But if you use the soil and mix it, the soil is what gonna keep the water to keep the root of the plant moist. So that's something as well to look into as a container gardener, because you will catch yourself keep wetting it and wetting it, because the water is running out and nothing to keep the moisture of the water that the roots could still feed from. So for container garden, that's my recommendation. It's up to you. It's all up to you. It depends on what you do. All you got to do, try it in one container. You ain't got to do everything What is just try one container and see the result from it, and you go from there. But it's always things you got to look into when come and gardening, because you want the best. And watering could be very expensive, water bill in the summertime, if you got to be wetting your plants them continuously. Another thing when come and container garden that I will tell you guys as well, you got to remember in the summer, it's burning hot. Remember, in the summer, it's burning hot. And you dealing with container. This is very important, guys. This is very important. And if you don't believe it, try it and you will see for yourself. The sun is very hot in the summer, blazing hot. The sun penetrates the outside of the container, and it also penetrates the top of the container. So the sun beating down the side, and it also beating down the top of the container. If the container is not big enough, and the root spread and jam to that container, what's gonna happen is the heat from that container gonna mess with the end of the root, that jam on the container. Because I don't know if you guys ever notice, when a root grow in a container, when it hit the container, it starts circling. So it's like you naturally see the root like it wrapping around itself because it can't go nowhere. So one in the summer, when the heat start penetrate the container, the surface of the container, it messing with the root of your plant. So what's gonna happen there? It's gonna start messing with your plant. You don't want these things. This is why a lot of people get 2 tomatoes, 2 pepper, and 2 little okra off the tree, because of these problems. So if you're growing in container, make sure invest in big containers. It might cost you a little more, but it's gonna be more rewarding. You getting compost, make sure you mix it with some soil. You got to understand, soil is the connection. Don't care how you run from it. Soil is the connection. Soil is what they need. We could add other things, but soil is very important. Okay? It becomes root bound. Yes, and it cannot go no more. So if the root stops spreading, then the plant cannot grow. In most cases, what has happened, the plant either slow down, then you start to see yellow leaf, then you start to see it start like it dying, and then it's not producing fruits or vegetables. The root's supposed to spread as much as it like. Once it's spreading as much as it like, guess what? It's gonna produce as much as it like. Always remember that. Never mess with the root of your plant. The root of the plant is the most important thing. Without the root, you have no plant. Never mess with the root of your plant. Okay? Always give it room to spread, room to grow. Once you do these things, you stand a chance of getting more result. I'm not satisfied growing a whole pepper tree and able to harvest 3 pepper from it. I'm not satisfied growing a whole okra plant and able to harvest 3 okra from it. I'm not satisfied. So I do what it takes that they will be harvesting for months upon months, months upon months. Okay? And you could do the same. There's just things you have to do. You don't use PMAS. No, I don't use PMAS at all. Times gone by, I try to use PMAS in like setting sowing seed. I tried PMAS before. But what I realized, my soil work way better than PMAS. So I just throw the PMAS aside and continue using my soil. So I don't use, the only thing I use is soil from my garden. Nothing else. Okay, tips on okra. Well, my tips on okra, the same, is almost the same like the peppers. My tips on okra is planting them deep and plant them in a lot of hot sun. And take care of them while they're young. The thing about it with okra, once okra start growing, your job basically finished. You could just leave them, let they grow. Once okra start growing, your job basically finished. You could just leave them and they will take care of their own self. But you got to take care of them while they're young. You have to give them that care while they're young. Very important. So guys, I don't know how you guys see it, but I have shared some valuable information that I use in my garden. And my garden is way back my wards. So the only thing I can tell you guys, if you want to see what I'm talking about, you could go check out a video or two of how I grow my food and see what I'm talking about. My videos back what I'm saying. My garden back what I'm saying. Everything I talk about is what I already experienced. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to try. Yes, so the soil I use to do my seedlings, to sow seed, is soil from my garden. What I do sometimes I might get a mesh wire and like sift it out, get rid of the coarseness. I might sift it out, get rid of the coarseness, and sow my seed in there. I'm telling you, a lot of times we give up the soil in our backyard and run and go buy other things when we have the actual soil that can do the job right in your backyard. Go scrape up some soil, sift it out, and sow your seed. See how it works. Don't just neglect it without trying. Don't neglect your soil without trying. Once you try, you will see for yourself what you have going on in your backyard. And don't forget, you could plant food in clay. Over the years, you maintain your soil and it could change from clay. But don't feel, oh, my backyard is full of clay and I can't plant food. Don't feel that. Don't feel that way. It's still possible that you can grow some food. All right. Before I go on, there anybody have any question? Okay, guys. It's not to say, okay, like for Jones shoot question, right? You don't use PMAS. Guys, everybody have their own experience, right? So I'm not gonna tell you not to use PMAS. You use whatever you have or whatever you can use, right? So I'm not gonna tell you, oh, don't use PMAS. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is I used to. I think 1 year I tried, but then when I realized, because I'm always experimenting. I'm doing experiment. So I'm gonna throw some in soil and I'm gonna throw some in PMAS. And from my experience, my soil did a better job than the PMAS. So this is things you gotta do. You gotta educate yourself as a gardener by trying different things. So from my experience, I'm not gonna say it ain't good. I'm just gonna say my soil did a better job than the PMA. So with the purpose of me buying it, when I could use my soil and get better result. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. I truly appreciate you guys. All right. Oh, thank you, Pop Farm. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, guys. So, gardening, it ain't as hard as it might seem. You see? It ain't as hard as it might seem, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, Pop Farm, thank you so much, man. Oh, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, I appreciate that, Fifi Johnny. Thank you, Pop Fam. Truly appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Yes, guys. So gardening is, if as a new gardener, like I keep saying, guys, as a new gardener, gardening could be very confusing at times. Okay? So as a new gardener, what I'm saying is, this is why it's always good to plan, right? As a new gardener, what you do, you sit down and you think about what type of gardening you're trying to grow. You think about what kind of food you're trying to grow, and you think about what type of manure you want to use. You want to use compost, or you want to use organic, or you sit down and think what you want to do. And then you look for people who actually doing it the way you want to do it. If you want to do it using fertilizer, find people that doing fertilizer. Because you could be confusing with both information from different angles. I'm hearing a lot of people saying that. Too much information. So align yourself with the type of gardening you want to do. And learn from people who are actually doing it. Okay? That's very important. Wait, hold on. Thank you, Papa Fam. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, man. I truly appreciate it, Papa Fam. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I appreciate it. Hello, Sylvia. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Oh, man, thank you so much, Papa Farm. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Man, you got the screen looking pretty, man. Damn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, guys, I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the support. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Please don't forget Herb Garden Challenge coming up for next year again. Right now, one is going on. Your next upload is the 25th of this month. Don't forget, guys, just keep going, keep pushing. Gardening season is approaching. Grow as much food as you like. Grow as much food as you want, because you just never know. All right? Yes. So again, does anyone have any information, any question about gardening? If you have any question, now is the time to ask your question. Okay, no one have no question? Okay. All right. So for the people, let me see if I never see so much super chat in this live stream. You are appreciated. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. I appreciate you, Papa Farm. No lie about it. You got you got the chat looking pretty. Man, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Okay, guys. So for the people who, because we talk about natural compost. We talk about natural compost a lot, right? We talk about natural composting for a lot. But there's a lot of people who actually have to buy it from the store. There's a lot of people who actually have to buy it from the store. So we're going to talk about, because I want to hit everyone. I want to because I know everyone have their own situation. So tonight I'm gonna hit that area as well. I'm gonna hit that area. Okay, let me see where my ceilings are getting so big. I would like to put them in their home, but we will get cold snap. They are about 6 to 7 inches tall. Do you think they can handle temperature in the low 40? Okay, what kind of seedlings? I need to know what kind of seedlings. But 40s is pretty good weather. Honestly, I'm more worried about 30s and under. That's the freezing mark. 30s and under is the freezing mark. So 40s is pretty good. But please tell me what type of seedlings they are. But 40s is beautiful weather. 30, if you know, let me say this clear. If you know you have a cold snap is coming down, then you should wait until this cold snap. Or you don't want to plant them, then this cold snap come and hit them and it's like put you back to square one. So make sure you look into when is this cold snap, and if it getting below 30, be careful. All right, if you got to hold on a little more, hold on a little more. But if your ceiling are 6 to 7 inches tall, that's awesome. That's wonderful. All right. Okay. Tomato, eggplant, okra, peas, greens, and all kind of flowers. Okay. Like the okra, oh my, well, okra, tomato, it ain't gonna bother the tomato for my experience. Peas might be able for hungry. The okra, I ain't gonna run the risk with okra. Okra is very, I've seen what happened to okra before. But like I was saying, if it's in the 40s, that's beautiful. If you know you have a cold snap coming on, that's gonna take you in the 30s or under, I will rather hold on for a little more time and make sure the frost is out the way and plant them so you ain't got to worry. Because if the cold snap come and hit them, it can damage them. And then guess what's gonna happen? It might take you back to square one where you got to start all over. Have a little patience. For me, I will say, have a little patience and see from there. All right? I don't want you to get the problem where you got to start from square one. So look into that. All right. So let's talk for the people now. The people who actually have to buy compost. wait, hold on. Okay, I'm losing patience. Yes. I feel the same way too, because I have ginger right now over 2 feet tall that I so want to plant outside. But you know what? I want to plant them so bad. But when I look, I say, if I plant them and the cold weather come down, then the cold weather hit them, then they will have to go back and start from square one and regenerate themselves. So I rather wait a few more days, a week. I know you're running out of patience, but it will worth your while. Have that patience, okay? Big yes. No problem, Papa Farm. I truly appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't lose patience. I had the same issue. Okay, all right. So Fifi John is giving you a better understanding. She had the same, I guess she had the same one, anxious to plan, and then lose patience, and I guess she learned from that. Have some patience. That's what I will say to you. All right? Okay. So let's go to the people who actually have to buy compost. When you go in to buy compost from the store, sometimes they have open bags. Sometimes they have open bags. What you need to do, you need to go into the bags and see what's in there. Once you see the open bag, you should go into the open bag Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. Okay. You make sure you see what's in the bag. Sometimes a lot of these bags, lots of these bags, when you look at them inside, all you're seeing is wood, pieces of wood. Pieces of wood chip just up inside the bag. What I will say to you is, these wood chip is not going to feed your plant that same summer or that same spring. That wood chip might break down for the following year. You see? So what I'm saying is, when you look in these bags, make sure you look for the ones that fine, that you hardly see in any wood. Fine and also basically ready to break down, are already break down. That one will serve you better than the actual pieces of wood them you see. Look into these bags. I'm telling you, some of these bags, you naturally see in pieces of wood, small pieces of wood that actually will not break down and feed your plant the same year. You have to look and make sure you make the right choice. All right? Look into these things. Very important. Okay. I make fertilizer using rainwater and weed leave from my. That's what I'm talking about. This is the thing I've been talking about. That you could use your back, what's in your garden, and make fertilizer for your plant. All these little things they call weed, which is herbs, you could use them and make fertilizer for your plant. Thank you for mentioning that, Sylvia, because this is what I've been talking about. And there's someone here actually doing it. So tell us, give us some idea about the result you get from it, Sylvia. Sylvia, faith never quit. Give us a little idea of what result you get from it. You mentioned mushroom compost in a video. Can you explain? Who is that? Who that order for me or for Sylvia? Which one? Let me know, okay? Some have wood chip, rocks, very little compost. I like the mushroom compost. Okay, all right, I guess it's you. So Sylvia, RG living life, what? Oh, me? Okay, all right, okay. Okay. How I make, okay, in the bottom of my garden, there's a lot of mushroom that grow up on all different type of trees. The thing is, I don't know whether they could eat, whether they good or whether, because I'm not familiar with which one is good and which one ain't good. But what I just do, I will go, OG, and like OG living life, I will go with a bucket and I will scrape them off the trees. Scrape them in a bucket. Sometimes I get a bucket full with mushroom I scrape from off the trees then. And what I will do, I will take it and I will throw it in a container full with water. And then I leave it there for at least 30 days. That's what I do. 25 to 30 days. Then I use it and wet my plants then. I think it do an amazing job too. I think that's how I use it. I'm sure other people have their own way, but that's how I use mine. All right? Hey, Gina versus Gina, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? I get great results using it. Stank juice. Yeah, it is, but at the end of the day, I think it really works. I can see the difference in the color of the leaf, and my plants seem to stand taller. It stinks, but works great. It really does smell nice, but I don't use it every year. I don't do it every year. I do it like once every 3 years. I use composting, like pull up weeds from my garden and put them in a container, leave them for 30 days, and then use them. I do that every 3 years. I don't do it every year. With the compost, with the mushroom, I didn't do it last year, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it this year. I didn't do it last year. But you can make your own fertilizer. There's a lot of plants you could pull off their leaf, blend them up, and make fertilizer too. You could even add them in a container with water, leave them for 25 to 30 days. That's fertilizer. So we ain't got to actually be running and buying everything when right in our backyard, they all there for us to just get to them and make use of them. I use it on a regular schedule. Okay, well, you do it how it fits for you. I do it once every 3 years. You know, I try to do things a certain way in my garden. Try to do things with discipline. Try to do things with dosage, the amount I add, different things I try to do, but I do it in a certain manner. Okay? But if you're doing it on a regular and it working for you, do your thing. Do your thing. Once it working for you, do your thing. Only thing I buy is bone meal. But that's the part I'm not messing with. So, not telling you not to buy it, but I'm not messing with nothing unless it come from the trees. I'm growing in containers only. Oh, you're growing in containers. Okay. Okay, I understand. I understand. I grow in container, but most of the things I grow is actually in the soil itself, in ground. I have the wood around, but I wouldn't even call them raised bed. I will say in ground. The wood is just to separate, keep separation. I still say in ground. I wouldn't even say raised bed. So, so guys, if you're really interested in using natural fertilizer, you can do it from. There's a lot of grass and leaf out there that you could use. Just ask some question. That's all you got to do. If you don't know, ask some question. Maybe somebody could guide you who know about these herbs. Like for instance, if you dandelion that we have growing up in our backyard, all by the side road everywhere. I use that as well and make fertilizer. I also use it to make tea for myself. I also boil the root and drink the water. But lots of these herbs we can use and make fertilizer. But I will say ask question. Ask question first before you proceed. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I don't know what's in your backyard. I don't know what's in your garden. Ask some question before you proceed. But with me, I pull anything, all the weeds that grow up in my garden, I will cut off the head. That's what I do. Cut off the head and throw them in a container with water and leave them right there for 25 to 30 days and become fertilizer. These are ways you could save a lot of money. And at the same time, you know what you're growing, you know what you putting in your plant, you know everything. All right. So yes, guys, I have well, thank you guys for coming out tonight again. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys again for coming out. All right, so today is the yes, you save a lot of money, definitely, definitely. So today is the 16th, so we have a few more days for the upload of the Herb Garden Challenge. Guys, don't get discouraged. Keep do what you're doing. Keep posting your videos. Keep growing your herbs. It will be rewarded. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for coming out tonight and spend the time with me to even listen to what I'm saying, to even put an ear to what I'm saying. I hope what I said, what I shared tonight could help someone. I'm hoping what I shared tonight could help someone. Okay. My herbs are doing good. That's wonderful. That's good news. Like to hear that. That's good news. Even though you in a long growing season, Gina versus Gina, in a short growing season, it's good news to hear that your herbs is doing pretty well. Just keep working on them, maintain them, keep them going, because I know you still have a pretty long time to go. So keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job. Keep pushing. All right? Always. Oh, thank you, Mike Garden. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You always help. All right. Thank you, Gina versus Gina. I truly appreciate that. Yeah, I want to see the honest truth. I want to see everybody turn out successful with their garden. I want to see everybody growing food. I want to see, this is why I come and sit down and have conversation about garden. I will sit down for 2 hours, 3 hours, just trying to encourage people. It feel good to see people gardening. It feel good. Great fun. You're welcome, Fifi Johnny. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. The Moringa is doing great as well. She come back strong. Okay. The last time I saw that Moringa was on your live. I think I was on your live. And I either tell you, maybe you put in too much water or not. Can't remember what I tell you. But if it come back strong, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Because we want all plants to survive. Even some will pass on, but we still want all to survive. We work very hard to make sure every plant survives. But don't feel bad if a plant fall away. Okay, don't feel bad. It happens. All right? And always set enough seed. Always set enough seeds in case some ain't come true. You have more. All right? And what I will say to you guys as well, I'm going to leave you guys with this little tip here. This is very important as well. Sometimes you could plant two plants in the same hole, right? In case one pass on, the other one could stand. And if two of them continue, all you got to do, transplant the other one. Okay? You ain't going to lose from doing that. So thank you guys again. Truly appreciate you guys. Thank you, Pop Farm, for all the donation tonight. I appreciate that. Thanks each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Don't forget, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be talking about gardening. We will be talking about gardening until gardening season over. All right, then we're going to hit different topic. So tonight I mentioned, good night, Texas Lala. Appreciate you here. Tonight we mentioned two herbs, the wild yam and the pine needle and the pine bark itself. Well, as we always say, do research before using these herbs. Speak to your doctor. What we're trying to do over here is make people become researchers for their health, their own good. Researchers for your own good. So when we come with the name of the plant, you research for your own self. Okay, that's what we're trying to we're trying to make happen. Researchers, growing herbs. So we're gonna become people who actually know about herbs. We're trying to start something here, just like in the old time when people used to actually know what type of herb to use for certain things. That's where we're trying to get back to. All right? Okay, let me see. So true. Good night, everyone. All right. I'm in 9, so my C's never end. Oh, you is see, so you could continue plan. All right. All right, Sylvia. Faith never quit. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like that name too. Faith never quit. All right. All right, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you all. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. Peace, love, and blessing to all. Good night.